if a man was to come to the conclusion that he needs support, it could be because he is often passive. And so this is going to mean that he often just sits around not doing much. He may find it hard to get out of bed. It could be normal for him to be walked over, to be depressed, and to put off the things that he knows that he should be doing. And from the outside it can seem as though he lacks oomph and that he is missing something. And this can be something that he can now see for himself. And through being this way, it is not going to allow him to live a life that is worth living. And if he was to reach out for support, he could be told that he needs to change his thoughts, and even that he needs to work out. He could even be told that his hormones are not right, that he lacks testosterone, his T levels are lower than they should be. And through following all these steps, he may find that he is able to get things moving, to basically embrace his masculinity. Because somewhere inside him, he will have this masculine power, this force, but for some reason he won't be able to access this fuel. And until he can do this, he will continue to be passive. And although he could end up going down this path, there could be another reason as to why he is not connected to his masculinity or to his aggression or his fight instinct. Because even though he is going to be out of touch with this part of him, he may find that he is often undermined by his inner voice. So he could have a strong inner critic, and this part could lay into him and make him feel pretty bad about himself. So although he won't have access to this energy, it will still be there, albeit in a watered down version. So when it comes to why this is so, it could be due to what happened during his early years. So this may have been a time when he was physically harmed and even verbally put down by his father. And through being harmed on a regular basis by his father, he would have often felt overwhelmed during his early years, and he would have had to have disconnected from his body, and along with that his fight instinct, his aggression. So he would have ended up living on the surface of himself and being estranged from his fire, from his inner fuel, his inner power. And many years will have passed, but he will still be out of touch with this energy, this force within him. So in order for him to embrace his masculine power and to activate himself, to really get things moving, to be not just a car without an engine, but to be a car with an engine, so he can actually live his life. To do this, he will need to get back in touch with his body. To do this, he will need to work through the pain and the trauma that is held deep inside him. Because all the time that this is there, it won't be possible for him to reintegrate his aggression. And there can be a lot of shame, helplessness, loss, and rage, murderous rage within him, because he won't have been able to express how he felt towards his father. If he did, he would have been harmed even more, So he had to disconnect from this rage within him. And the key will be to work through this, to reintegrate his aggression, so he can basically go from a man that feels like a boy to a man that feels like a man. And so if you can relate to this, you may need to reach out for external support from a therapist or a healer, or you can reach out to me. But the main thing is that you reach out for the support that you need to take your life by the horns.